Welcome back to the Intel Challenge, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad I'm finally here. Unfortunately, obviously, as many of you know, the first match was cancelled for stream, so I'm finally joining my partner in crime, Harry, and we're going to be casting the decider match, or the elimination match, sorry.
Yeah, the elimination.
Yeah, quite a scary one.
Yeah, I mean, as the name would suggest, the loser, they're gone. Goodbye. The winner, however, they'll be going into the decider match, and that's going to be up against Vex, the loser of the winners bracket that went down earlier on. So, I mean, we can look at all that good stuff in a minute, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, heading into it, you know, how do you feel about this, Hugo? I mean,
see, it's a really interesting one, right? Because you look at EYESports, you go, a team that really hasn't had a lot of experience in terms of LAN. They failed to qualify for both ESWC, also the DreamHack Esports United Razor event. They didn't qualify for that either. Female Stars, the last LAN that they attended in Russia or Ukraine back last year, they went out in last place. They didn't get anything done. But since then, they've been having some roster changes. They've added Nopka, they've added Neuroleptica, all of that. So I guess now they have something to prove. Issue is obviously their first game was against Secret, and we all know how that turned out, 16-1. So yeah, they've got a lot to prove, but I mean, we can have a look at the player profile, the team profile at least, for EYESports. As you can see, Neuroleptica and obviously Nopka, the latest two additions to the lineup. And I think at least, I know Nopka well, she's a great player, and Neuroleptica's actually been quite fairly decent online as well, but in terms of LAN events, these guys don't have as much experience as some of the teams they're up against. So looking at their opponents, Dignitas, previously selfless, I'm picturing a very scary best of one here for the Russians.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you think about the fact that Dignitas are kind of the only team to really ever challenge Secret, right? They're one of the only teams to really take kind of a map off of them in a best of three. And that was in what? The ESWC, Women's Cup. So yeah, that was in the grand finals as well. It finished 2-1 in favor of Team Secret then. And you know, they're coming into this, I would say they're definitely the favorites, but after kind of how we saw them perform up against Vex, who have been doing very well, at the same time, I mean, you know, what sort of grounds do we have to judge that maybe Dignitas didn't bring their A game to that?
Yeah, I see. I definitely agree, because you say, you know, Dignitas, second best team in this event on paper, right? But then they lose out on their first matchup against a team that's never won a map on LAN. That's a really weird. Is it Vex playing well? Is it, you know, Dignitas not playing well? It's hard to tell.
And it definitely looks like
one.
It could be fairly 50-50 based on how we saw them play up against Secret. I mean, Vexed, I mean, you know, seeing them be able to get, you know, quite a few rounds, considering that's probably the best female team, once again, like on paper in terms of their results, definitely kind of the best female team out there. Being able to get that many rounds is an achievement for a team that we haven't heard of. But does it mean they're good enough to then beat the second best team on paper, you know, in a fairly... well, I mean, it was a fairly one-sided victory. I mean, they did bring it back to a much more respectable scoreline, but still, I mean, it still went the way of Vexed in that matchup. So coming into this, I mean, EYESports, I'd say, well, I mean, it's their last chance to try and stay in, right? But it's also kind of one of their better chances, I feel, to try and stay in this.
Yeah, I mean, the alternative matchup that we were expecting, at least, was going to be Vexed versus EYESports.
Yeah.
And the way that Vexed are playing right now, I think that would be just a clear-cut Vexed. But right now, I think, yeah, Dignitas, they're supposedly looking good so far at ESWC, but maybe having a long break from, you know, since then, you know, female lands are kind of spread far and thin.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a chance for EYESports to surprise. We haven't seen anything from them, but they were up against what we're expecting to be the victor of the tournament, Secret. So let's just completely discount that map, right? I don't think we can even count it because we just didn't see anything, and it was best of one Mirage, one of Secret's best maps alongside Cash. So it's completely, you know, unrealistic to even take that into account. So I think there's a chance EYESports could be picking up this map, but I've got to go with my gut, and I've got to go with Dignitas. I'm not sure if you're going to agree with me on that.
I am going to agree with you. You know, I mean, we know a couple of the EYESports players, and we've spoken to them, and we know that they're fantastic. But I'm going to have to go with Team Dignitas for a couple of reasons. I not only do I think that really there's a lot of potential there, a lot of kind of skills spread amongst the roster, and a lot of experience, as you know, both performing on LAN or online and stuff like that, and results from it as well to back it up. But as well as that, I'm really excited to potentially see them at some point, if they manage to make it through, going up against CLG. Just because of how that kind of all plays out, the rivalries that are there, I think there's a lot of storylines that we can look at.
Like Kath.
Kath being one. The fact that it's almost like CLG are kind of their kryptonite, and that was maybe broken at ESWC, but you know, will it be broken this time around? There's a lot that we could definitely look at in kind of the future, potentially.
And, I mean, that's only if CLG get through groups, right?
Yeah, we haven't even moved on to Group B.
We've got a lot ahead of ourselves today.
We've got a lot.
But honestly, like, even just kind of delving into Group B really, really quickly before we get into this map, you know, CLG, a team that kind of I guess, a placeholder for female CS. They were the first big kind of well-known team, Secret to follow as well. And CLG coming into this event, not in the most difficult of groups, but still a group I'm quite worried they might not get out of. We might just see Expert and LDLC just storm the front. I mean, Silhouette are unknown; they could surprise, but realistically, there's a possibility, unless CLG bring their A game, that they may not get out of groups. But I mean, that's all later, so let's just stick to the here and now. And looking at this matchup again, this is obviously the chance for Dignitas to prove that the earlier map that they played up against Vex was a mistake. And not only that, but if they beat this one team EYESports, they will be up against Vex later as well for the decider match, which is going to be huge. So assuming Dignitas, beat EYESports here in the best of one, we're going to be seeing them face against the team that beat them earlier. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's their shot of revenge, right? That is the the revenge matchup. Knocked into the lower bracket, you manage to get out, you go back up against a team that put you there, and I imagine we're going to see them firing on the cylinders, right? They don't want to let Vex get away with doing it twice in a row, and the second time knocking them out of the tournament. So there's going to be a lot at stake if that does if that is what comes our way. Either way, I think the outcome of this is going to be fantastic. I mean, Team Dignitas, if they do get through, then I mean that's just going to be such an interesting game to watch. Seeing how the fact that it is kind of the grunge match, or like the revenge kind of game coming back up. Or I mean, if it's EYESports, then that's interesting in itself, right? Because they're really one that, I mean, I wouldn't say too many people have maybe pegged them to even get out of groups. So to have that shot to play up against Vex and potentially be one of the teams to make it out, that's interesting in and of itself.
EYESports have nothing to lose but everything to gain, right?
Yeah.
They're coming in much like
Silhouette or Vex.
Yeah, or Vex even so. Definitely nothing really to, if they go out in groups, it's like, okay, cool, I expected that. The Group A has the top 2 female teams on paper, in the same group. So you're like looking at Vex and you're looking at EYESports and Vex going, what are they going to get out of groups? Not a chance, right? But no, it's been interesting so far, obviously, and this match is going to be on Cobble as well. We've had confirmation on a best of one. So obviously the map pools kind of hard to get into for some of the teams that haven't played as many events. For example, looking at EYESports on Cobble, like we haven't seen them at that many lands, right? So we go, what do we do in terms of analysis? But let's take into account, obviously this is a map that's very, very well played in the CIS region. We see a lot of, teams like, for example, Gambit are very, very dominant on Cobble. And moving into this, it could be just the Eastern European advantage. You never know when it comes to Cobble at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, we've played them, Emma, with Nopka. She seemed okay.
Are we making
Cobble.
a comparison?
Well, I don't know. Not really. I'm just saying she seemed to do okay, top fragging and whatnot. But that's just because we're terrible. Yeah.
I can back that statement.
Yeah. No, I mean, coming into this, I agree. It is fairly hard to look at kind of maps when it comes down, especially between 2 of the lesser known teams, Vex as well being ones that's very hard to kind of do any concrete research into. That and the fact that there just aren't many events that we see these teams attending. So that there is very little, especially when you look. But yeah, I mean, there is a little bit on one. And like you say, the fact that CIS teams normally, Cobblestone is one of these ones that they kind of have as one of their home grounds, like their proving grounds almost, is definitely something we could look to.
And again, predictions just really come just so difficult after we see Dignitas lose to Vex earlier on in the match that should have just been a complete whiteout. But either way, teams are starting to ready up. We got Dignitas ready. We're just waiting on EYESports now, and then we'll be jumping into the game, obviously. Looking forward to this one, and a very important one for EYESports and as much for Dignitas. But I'm going to stick my Dignitas call. I'm assuming you're the same.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my Dignitas call.
Okay.
What?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, if we have it, we could show the bracket now. I don't know if that's something that would be possible. But I mean, if we could bring it up, that would be fantastic. But that's basically us doing a nonchalant nudge at the producers, saying, please bring it up. And, trying to get a little bit less discreet. No, not going to be the case anyway.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, the players are readying up anyway. We've basically given you the rundown of the bracket regardless. And there we go. Thank you, guys. Oh, we love you. So this is the elimination match, EYESports versus Team Dignitas. The winner will be facing off against Vex, and then the winner of that will be joining the qualified teams with Team Secret to head through into the semi-finals tomorrow. The loser, they are gone of both of these games. So elimination and the decider match. They're rip, see you later.
Yeah.
See you in a few months' time.
Especially for this one, right? A few months' time. Yeah. Especially for this one, lose 2 best of ones and you're out in an event. The biggest event so far of the year, $30,000 on the line. Not only that, but also the chance to take away the victory from Team Secret, who have picked up the 2 previous Intel challenges. This is a huge, huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's looking out to try and dethrone Team Secret.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a phenomenal way to, for some of these teams to kickstart the kind of their look into this. I mean, Vexed already looking to be very strong. Who knows? We might see them be actual contenders to try and overthrow the giant that is. I mean, that would be a proper kind of Cinderella story as well, of them coming into this being just these massive underdogs and then managing to come out on top. But that's
personally as well, I thought Vexed would go 0-4 in the group. I did not see them getting out. Again, just to reiterate, they've never won a map on LAN. Sorry, 0-2 in the group. Just to reiterate,
they actually go and lose 2 additional matches.
They then play Group B and then they don't win anything. No, 0-2 in the group. They've never won a map on LAN until today. So that is just such an impressive
I know, what a win to get.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
imagine that. You know, they might not beat the best team, but they certainly beat their second best team. And I think, you know, for a team that hasn't really accomplished too much on LAN before, that's a phenomenal feat.
Yeah, but I mean, apparently we're going to go for a short break now. So the players are just readying up. They're just trying to work out what's going on, maybe a tech issue. So we're going to be taking a really, really short break, guys. Just a few minutes, then we'll be back with you for Team Dignitas versus EYESports here on DE Cobble, the elimination match. You do not want to miss it. We'll see you in just a minute.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
I think I understood right when I first started playing Counter-Strike that this was a special game. It was competitive, it was team coordinated, it involved so much personality from each person in order to win. My name is Christine Potterchi and I'm a professional gamer. I currently play for CLG Red, Counter Logic Gaming, and I play Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I've been playing since 2000, hold on, let me get this year right. I never remember, okay. Let's just say 2002. Before, I was just called a professional gamer because I was a female and I won some tournaments. Now I feel like this is my life. By 11 a.m. we have to be up and ready for breakfast, and then we go to the gym by noon. We have private time from 1 to 3, and we start practice at 3. We end at 7. We go to dinner at the League House, where we have a chef that makes us healthy food. For the last 2 tournaments, we started our boot camp about 2 weeks before the tournament. It's where, like, we live, eat, and breathe Counter-Strike for 2 weeks, and that's all we do. Personal lives are, like, put on pause, and we're literally boot camping Counter-Strike, Counter-Strike, Counter-Strike. So that's what we do, like, 2 weeks before an event.
CLG coming in as the favorites, proceeding to have them, I'm going to say, truly tested up against Team Karma. Then they managed to stabilize over, I mean, grueling comeback.
What a shot from Potter. Put the guy down. Now a headshot from Potter. She reloads on time. Lands at the first. Second one's blinded. What a play. She gets the flash, gets the kill, and now it's a 1 versus 1.
I think the responsibilities of a team captain is creating a camaraderie. That's the hardest part, is getting all these different personalities, all these different ages, different cultures, different everything, and making them all work for one goal. And it's actually really challenging. Patience, fortitude, and compassion. And respect. And gameplay, I really think, comes second to all of those. I think those traits really need to be forward to make you a great, like, leader, someone that your peers can look up to. That kind of respect is more earned than just given. Have I earned it? Absolutely. I mean, I've put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into not just this game, but my team. My favorite part of competitive gaming is, I don't know that it's winning. It's being good. It's being good at something, for me. Like, any time that I'm good or I have an awesome round, it's that, like, oh, dude, I'm a badass. I hope that I can look back on my career and know that I earned the respect as a professional gamer, and not just a world champion in women's tournaments, but as a gamer.
welcome back to the Intel Challenge here in Katowice. We're going to be jumping into the game in just a second. This is, of course, EYESports versus Team Dignitas. I'm joined by Harry. We've had a little bit of a talk about what we're expecting from this matchup. It's a very important one, obviously, for those who are unaware. It is the elimination match. So the loser of this is going to be going home with nothing, whereas winner will be playing up against Vexed to contend to get out of group stages so they can play on the Expo stage tomorrow here in Katowice.
Yeah, and that is, of course, for a chance of winning 30,000. Is it dollars?
Dollars.
Yeah, dollars is the currency of choice. But yeah, I mean, it is going to be interesting to see, and we've kind of already highlighted a lot of our major points in regards to this. I just think now we're waiting for everyone to get in, and we want to kind of see the fruits of exactly, you know, how long these teams have kind of had to go over a couple of problems they may have had this morning, see if anything is going to pay off for them, and see, you know, who, of course, is going to be joining Vexed in the decider game.
Yeah, and of course it could be, you know, a lot down to the map pool that we had earlier. Maybe Overpass, for example, on the side of Dignitas wasn't a map that they were comfortable playing. When it does come down to best of one, though, that's the thing. You typically play on a map that you're okay at. Maybe not your best map, but never your worst map, because you always get, you know, a lot of vetoes to get rid of the maps that you really don't like. So moving on to Cobble, I'm hoping the Dignitas have at least reformed their, you know, veto process and are on a map that they're comfortable in playing. It'd be a real upset to see them drop out such an early stage, you know, not even getting out of play, not even getting to playoffs. So, you know, right after Dignitas picking up this team, literally sweeping them up from Selfless right before the event, expecting big things as we all did, and them to be in the elimination match is just really, really scary. So I'm expecting them to close this one out, and then the Vexed one, it's all going to come down to which map we're on. But either way, I think this should be a really, really interesting map, and the players are actually connecting to the server now. So yeah, just a few more seconds.
The only guy, like you say, he must be sweating more than anyone else over there is, and, you know, anyone who perhaps you know, is invested in this is the guy who, you know, over at Dignitas who chose to invest in this team.
Yeah,
he's like
OD sitting there wiping sweat off his face. Oh, what have I done?
He is begging that they make it out of this, and you know, manage to make it out of the group stages. You know, he picks up the second best female team, and they are in danger now of going out so early on.
Yeah, even if they got to semis and went out, I'd be like, they probably could have made grand finals. But here we go. We're readying up. This is good. I'm excited. My first cast today, and hopefully not the last after I get fired. But both players are ready up. Both teams are ready up.
You meant you were going to die.
Or that. You never know. Some interesting things happening here, but we're going to be jumping into the game, guys, so hopefully the knife round just ahead of us here on Cobble. In terms of knife round on Cobble, a lot of it does come down to preference. It's a map that's fairly equal in terms of sides, but at the end of the day, some teams pick T, some teams pick CT. What are your opinions?
That is the best.
There we go.
You were captain, sit on the fence, aren't you? Yeah, when it comes down to Cobble, I mean, T side or CT side, they're the two options you got, and everyone always picks one or the other, so yeah, that's pretty much my view on this. No, I mean, the knife round, I don't really think, when it, you know, as you head into Team Dignitas, they showed that their CT side is clearly capable, right? They had that nice comeback early on over on Overpass, so I think CT's one that they're clearly, I think, probably going to lean towards if they do end up picking it up. And they do win the knife round, so I guess we can see if I'm right or if I'm just, you know, talking.
Oh, you're wrong. They switched. T side it is. Yeah,
they're going to be starting on the T side.
I mean, at the end of the day, statistically, it is T-sided, right? That is what we can pull out from it. So maybe they're just going with a statistical, you know, choice. But I mean, it does come down to some teams.
Crunching the numbers, calculator out.
Exactly.
They've got this.
All brain, no aim. As the saying. But no, we're jumping into the game now. Pissed around here between Dignitas and EYESports. Both of our opinions are going to be in the way of Dignitas, but starting on the T side of Cobble in just a second.
I like to think there's Brain. As like
what's that?
Like a hybrid.
A nice mix.
Yeah, the 50-50 combination. It's like when you perfectly season something. It's very rare to happen, but if you got it, you know, you're done. Nice. Anyway, heading into this, Team Dignitas over on the T side. They're going to be sending 4 players very early on over towards mid. Looking like they might try and make something happen towards A, but there's Candy to say no thank you. As the silencer clearly working extremely well because game sound is just not there. And well, he's going to be able to find himself a third, finally going to be dealt with. But still, I mean, it's a 2-on-4. This start has been unreal for the side of EYESports. I mean, that was insane. And we're going to be seeing, I'll be able to get one as well. On to Gooseberry, leaving it all on Emily.
Yeah, not the way to start off the round. And with no armor as well, aim punch is going to be a prevalent factor. She has a smoke. She could utilize that to get her into drop down, but she didn't take the fight. Instead, drops Ailey. Slightly makes the problem easier, but again, she's still got 2 more players to deal with over on this B site. So we see Nopka instantly start her rotation. Although her smoke goes out, it's going to be a fate. She will start to back off towards the A site. And typically when you're in these kind of situations, you're going to see the CTs put more pressure towards B, or maybe so connector like Nopka is, but typically a solo A. So Jen, she's got to deal with this herself. She's got no armor, so Glock is actually going to be decent at some kind of range, because aim punch is going to make her very, very useless. But either way, Emily fast up towards the site, does get spotted. That will force her rotations on, and Jen, she's just playing this one closely, not going to take the long range engagement, wait for her team to rotate in, but she picks up the headshot anyway. So EYESports going to kick things off with a 1-0 there on the CT side. Definitely the way they wanted to start it off, considering that is already the amount of rounds they got in their first map today.
Wait, EYESports? Don't you mean... No, it's Dignitas who got one.
EYESports got 1 round against Secret.
Oh, yeah, wait. Yeah, no, it was them who got one. Sorry. That's my bad. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm happy to see that Jen was actually able to land that shot. And that's not meant in a bad way. It's just when we saw her play early up against Secret, clearly things weren't going her way, right? She wasn't performing at the kind of the usual standard. We don't have time to really speak about that, as now Leptica can be able to pick up 2 quick frags with that UMP. That's $1,200 already. She wants to try and earn some more money. And, well, Goose Breeder is going to very quickly walk in and go down at the hands of Jen, but that's $600 for her now, and there's still 2 Tech-9s left to try and play around with. They're very dedicated to drop down here, and when should they have abandoned this pursuit? I mean, not sure if I can get behind this, still continue. Maybe they're just thinking, surely they won't expect us to do this again.
This is where you hit
This is the most
Tech-9s,
ridiculous play.
This is where you hit with Tech-9s. This is what you want to do. It's the best position for Tech-9s, although the headshot angle going to, not in fact favour you. The Tech-9s are far better at close range and, pushing out of plateau, for example, playing at A long. Yeah, so either way.
Yeah, but I mean mid.
Yeah, I guess.
Or up through mid, through the stairs, over towards long, wrap up through stables, and then boom.
You're getting too deep into this one. It's just a force by round. It's okay.
Okay, well there we go. Hugo just a force by Byron. Alternatively, Hugo just a force Byron.
That's a terrible joke. That's a Tom level.
Boom! EYESports 2-0. They're going to be over on the CT side. And they keep these SMGs, looking to try and make some cash candy. Trying to bring the MP7 back into fashion, and already up through mid. Going to be able to find 1 in a rain. The push continues, but Ailey, she's going to find 2, finds 3. And now it's all on Artstar, who's seen her comrades literally cut in half before her, only with the Glock in hand, and probably some serious mental damage as a result. It just went on. It's now going to find herself 1v5.
Yeah, but it's something to talk about as well, is the fact that they're pulling up the full SMG play, the UMPs as well. This is something that we noticed earlier on, obviously in the previous matches. There wasn't a lot of UMP play. We saw from not from EYESports, sorry, from Vexed at least, they a lot of the time picked up those MP7s. For example, Anna was constantly on that MP7, a gun that's never used in Pro CS at least.
It's very weird, the history of the MP7. It went through a surge of being used a lot before the UMP got its buff. And then it died out because the UMP is just the better choice.
And it's cheaper, right? So it's why would you ever buy an MP7?
The MP7's ludicrously expensive.
Yeah, 1,700 for something that's worse than a 1,200 gun. It just doesn't make sense. But it's nice to see the UMP meta still being kept in place by EYESports. They know what they're doing, and they're actually going to put on the double AWP on the first buy round. This is a very strange one. A very fast B play from Dignitas, and they're going to storm right out. It's Rain with the Tech-9. Only got a pistol up close. Going to be looking for one through the smoke, but it's still a double AWP on retake. This could be dangerous. They're going to go for the boost. Rain going to be sitting in the corner. Bit of a tag up onto Goose Breeder. Nopka misses a shot, gonna go in for more though. Bomb's eventually down. This is a 5-on-5 retake on Cobble. Very rare position, but Ailey flashing through the smoke. Cath will take her down, and the retake already in the favour of Dig.
Yeah, Rain going to be able to get 1 more in a Nopka. There's going to be a couple of frags going back and forth. They're ultimately going to end up in favour of EYESports. Now Artstar, you'll have to try and lock this down, and well, she can't quite connect with the shot. Going to find herself 1v3. Does turn it in a 1-on-2, but the trade is there from Leptica. That's going to be EYESports picking up their 4th over on the CT side. Team Dignitas maybe regretting this decision to kick things off on the T side.
This is really scary though, because they lose a pistol. Yeah, okay, you're going to lose the 2 anti-ecos, or the 2 ecos typically, right? But then you go into your buy and you lose that as well on the T side. This is really, really scary. EYESports 4-0 up. And while we are early days, still, Team Dignitas have to pretty much give away another round unless they force, and it seems like they will. The bomb plant going to give them a little bit more cash to work with, and while this could really put them in a hole if they lose out on this round, it will give them another potential to get in with that bomb down. So only 1 up now in the hands of EYESports as Team Dignitas. They actually get a fairly formidable buy out of this. Full AKs and 1 Galil actually, but Cath, nice opener there over towards long. The previously CLG red player going to be over in Dignitas and creating real havoc early on. Going to be able to get that pick. The AWP is out of play now for EYESports, and with no more players playing an aggressive A long stance, they can't actually pick that one up. So it's Ailey to have to back off to play a more passive A site, and instead of rotating a player back towards A, EYESports have gone for this boost over into drop down to try and get some information from Dig.
Yeah, Jen just peeking on over. Those bullets nearly find her, and there we go. Finally going to regret that decision as she opts to just stand in this stream of 7.62 rounds pouring past her face, and that's going to be going down. A two-man advantage taken here for Team Dignitas, and they root back round towards mid, looking to try and push out in towards this A site. Now, Neuroleptica can rotate quickly in through connector, but for the most part, Ailey's here alone. She's got to buy plenty of time for the rotate, considering as well that Nopka's so far away. She's going to be playing over towards the cannons. Finds one, looking to try and get the spray transfer, but it can't quite connect. That's going to be Emulek picking that one up, and now it's a 2-1-4. You can see Nopka is rotating on round to join Neuroleptica.
Bomb is down as well. It seems like they're just going to straight up save this one. Not a good position to kind of go for the retake, especially Team Dignitas having such a huge amount of rifles here. If they had maybe some SMGs, some pistols in play, it would be a potential retake. But no, 4 rifles, one of them being Galil's, 3 AKs. It's just going to be the save for EYESports, and that's an issue as well. Going into that 3-on-5, they have to play, one on the A side. They have to try and get some information, at least attempt a round, right? But as soon as they lose the player over towards the cannons, I think it was Ailey going down, you're instantly left with 2 players, and you're on the wrong side of the map, so it's got to be the save. And without saving 3 rifles as well, it's very difficult to buy up again. EYESports, obviously, going to have kept a little bit of money because they have won 4 in a row, so they're going to be able to get something out in the next round, but I'm not sure whether they're going to fully commit to the buy around 2 rifles. It's really going to depend on both the combination of the early loss bonus and what little they have saved as well. So looking at this, I mean, Neuroleptica could actually drop a rifle or 2, so no, they should surely buy up into this one. I don't expect an eco with the money that Neuro has, and yet she's going to be dropping guns left and right. EYESports definitely able to afford to buy up into this round. Maybe no AWP, although Neuroleptica has actually dropped it over to Candy, so the player that typically kind of stomps for EYESports, the big name, I guess you could say, for the Russian squad, got to be up on that. This time, hoping to not get picked by Cat. As Team Dignitas, they attempt to not go reset.
Yeah, they are going to be pushing over towards long. Nopka's here to try and hold this down. Smoke has missed its mark, though, and that's going to allow Emulek to pick up the top of that. If she does decide to go aggressive up towards platform, then she's going to be walking into the waiting arms of Emulek. And you can see Team Dignitas, they send 2 players over towards long. Ailey is here. You've also got Candy on the site. Now, with the AWP, Candy isn't very mobile, but she's got to try and back up Ailey if she can. And you can hear these footsteps heading over in towards mid. Are they going to check the corner, though? That's going to be the big difference. And I think Kath has a bit of a hunch that someone's there. She's not letting it go. Just watching Ailey try and wiggle things out. Flash going to hit its mark, and Ailey maybe firing a little too soon there. Will be able to be eliminated by Kath. Can he try and equalize things out? Does put it back into a 4-on-4.
But the bane of the push from Dignitas is going to be set up over towards B anyway. So this Mag 7, Tom's favorite gun, going to be over in the drop down. They could walk into this, but as we can see now, with 40 seconds left, Dignitas, they finally have to commit towards the site. They have to make a dedicated choice, and that is going to be A. So they actually start to rotate. And look at the positions from the CT side. Neuroleptica decides to opt back in towards the B site, leaving Candy alone over on A. And while she does have the AWP, a great gun for getting picks and allowing rotations and delaying this push, she's going to have to hit some serious shots. Goes in for the first, gets the tag off, but she's not going to land it into a kill. Backs off as well, and now the push is going to start to come up towards middle. 20 seconds left. Team Dignitas need this bomb down.
Yeah, Candy to watch the cross, going to be able to get 1. Not quite dealt with yet, gets a second as well. She's on 3 now in total, falls back, and she's still kicking somehow, 14 HP, and Jen's pushed the smoke with a Mag 7. We'll pay for that with her life. Candy's going to get 4. And then Nopka at the end to deal with Rain. Nearly the ace for Candy. So, I mean, spoke about mobility, but it turns out Candy's going to crush.
Yeah.
That's
a good one.
There we go.
Yeah.
Boom.
I mean, we did say it a second ago as well. She's the player on the team to really step up, the player you've got to watch out for. And she's definitely proven her worth as well, currently 9-3 so early on. So very key round from her there. And now, as we said, Dignitas, they've been reset. So now they're going to be down a Tech 9, a Galil, and a triple AK buy. As they fast in towards middle, and Candy again with the AWP. Going to miss the shot is Kath, the second time to pick up that opening kill onto Candy, and that will be the AWP again dropped out. EYESports, they can't just rely on one player though. They need to have the ability to still pick up the round despite losing such an influential person. As the rest of them, they start to push in towards middle here for Dignitas. They're still committing fully to this. They haven't got a single flank or rotation player. They're just going to have to full face Ailey here, spray down towards middle, gets herself 1. Drake comes through, but Rain follows up with another. Team Dignitas, great entries into the site, and despite getting reset, it seems like currently they're going to be resetting back onto EYESports.
Yeah, the sound of duct tape probably giving me down our microphones, which is all good. That's just, ignore that, pretend it isn't happening, and focus on the clutch players. EYESports making their way on through. 2-on-4 now. Nopka and Neuroleptica are going to be the ones tasked with trying to retake this site. It's no easy feat, but Neuroleptica's been able to sneak on by, trying to push out in through Hunt. Now she has to watch mid because Rain is there, but isn't going to be peeking aggressively Instead, just biding her time in the corner. Now goes in for that peek, and this corner's already been checked. Now Elliptica could get caught off guard here. Going to get tagged down low, and maybe overextends more than she bargained for. She's going to go down. And that's going to be Team Dignitas now picking up a second. And seeing as, we saw EYESports come back with that one solitary round, it means their economy is going to be down and out for the count. You can see hardly any money split between them. Wouldn't even surprise me if we see them go for a force buy here, because, well, there are 3 players who are going to have to double eco anyway, but instead they do elect to go for the save.
Yeah, just a couple of bits of PT50 investment, and then the rest of Team Dignitas are obviously staying on the full rifles here. This is the kind of round for Team Dignitas that you'd expect maybe an SMG to be dommed up, try and get a little bit more money, but at the end of the day, they don't know that EYESports are committed to the eco. A lot of teams are going to force buy in this situation, as you said. Double eco is imminent, basically, so a force is expected from some teams, but EYESports just going for the safe route. They want to have those nades, and they definitely want to have their AWP up on Candy, up into their next buy, so it's going to be the full-on eco here as Team Dignitas, they put a bit of pressure towards mid. Flash goes out. Kath gets some information again. Got to be clear about this angle. Nice Molotov. That's a double. That will do so much damage there, but it forces out Ailey, and Artstar takes the headshot. First kill going the way of Team Dignitas.
Yeah, early woman advantage. Now Candy's still in the corner here with the P250, and it is going to be lethal at this range. So they have to watch out as they push on through. They are just going to play things safe. Look to fall on back. Candy now pushing on through. We'll be able to catch these players rotating. She hears the rotate coming in. You can see that's going to allow Jen to make her way over towards B. The call comes out, but Nopka's going to fall. Does very little from that position at the hole in the wall. And, well, USP doing some good damage there on behalf of Jen as it does tag Rain down low, but she's looking to try and capitalize on the rifle by picking up 2. It's all on Candy, 1v5, and even though she's the player we say we have to keep an eye on, not even she's capable of the P250 1v5 up against the full board team.
Not really
with
surprised.
bomb down.
Yeah, not surprised.
Retaking over towards B from long.
Yeah.
Stampeding up.
Poor her, poor her.
Terrible scenario.
I know. 3 rounds, though, for Team Dignitas. They're still in this game, despite a bit of a shaky start with their first buy round. And EYESports, talking of buy rounds, are now going to be back on their own here. They invested very little in the previous round. That's going to mean that they can at least get a few Famises out here. And again, now we wrap back around to the same issue. Lack of UMPs. So this is the kind of round you want to, especially when you have low utility, invest in a lot of SMGs, get a lot of nades, especially on that CT side. It's so important. But Rain, she doesn't care what guns you have, runs into the site, finds the headshot. It's going to be the trade from Ailey still towards the back of the site. The 25 bullets in the Famas. She has to get that reload. Artstar takes her down during, and now Team Dignitas a double entry onto the site at only the cost of 1. Bomb's going to be down, and EYESports, they've got to hurry up and get on this retake ASAP because the lack of kits is going to be clearly influential. Now it's just on 2.
Yeah, Jen and Neptica. She's going to fall and leaving it all on Jen, who through the smoke. Gooseberry just says no and finds that frag. That's going to... Oh, a little bit of excitement there in the background. 5-4 right now as EYESports. They've been able to get themselves 5, but they're very close to foregoing this lead. Team Dignitas find themselves 1 round behind after winning 3 consecutively. And ultimately, I mean, the work they've done on the economy of EYESports has been insane. Once again, unable to buy down. That should allow Team Dignitas to pick up their 5th and equalize this out. You can see Amulet's going to be on the MP7.
What is this, Harry?
What is this? My voice even cracked on that word. That's dreadful. Hello.
So many
I'm
MP7s.
13.
So many MP7s today. I'm really interested as to why we see so many MP7s over the UMPs. It's clearly better, but obviously for, I guess, non-armored players, I do understand it. The issue is with the MP7s, you can't take that into a buy on the T side, whereas a UMP you can. So it has far more reason to be invested in. Either way, it's not going to matter too much. EYESports are unlikely to pick up this round with just 3 P250s to their name, but they have a nice little drop-down play, a bit of a bait and switch. Neuroleptica going for the peak and then a teammate to support her if she does go down. So I like this, setup. And Team Dignitas seem like they may just be walking into it. As we see, they relinquish the control over towards A. Kath and Artstar starting to rotate back in towards the walls, and a bit of a boost going on early. Emilite going to spot that out, counter Molly just to force anyone away from that position, and they retract back into their bait and switch setup. I like this as well. Candy with the USP, so not going to make any noise from that position. But now Team Dignitas, time is starting to tick from their hands, and they have to commit, and they will sneak into B. Nice entry from Rain. Goose Speeder going to be still looking to find this second kill, and they will check the close position, and Ailey won't be able to get a thing. 2 kills now the way of Team Dignitas, and no damage lost either. EYESports are just getting completely mincemeated. The bait and switch does work out, with just Neuroleptica dropping the MP7, but that's a small loss for Team Dignitas. They will pick up the round and only lose an SMG in the process. So 5-5, they equal things up, Harry, and they may just take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, they do look poised to do so. EYESports will luckily enough be able to buy on down heading into this round. Their chance to maintain their lead over Team Dignitas. Other than that, I mean, having that strong start on the T side is what the Team Dignitas need to do. I mean, at the same time, I feel like coming into this, are a lot of these games going to be T-sided when you think about it? I feel like CT-side, you know, with a lot of the roster shuffles that go on, the fact that these teams do kind of have less opportunity to get the practice in, you need to be extremely well-oiled on that CT side, especially on a map like Cobblestone. It's so important to have those swift rotates.
Especially with Team Dignitas that brought Kath in a week ago. Just to clarify, I don't know how long she's been playing, at least
about
unsigned.
a week ago.
About a week ago, Kath joined the roster. I was going to rhyme, but I'm not gonna rap. So this is something that could really impact their CT side, whereas obviously T side is going to have less effect as you can kind of just fit into the role of the previous player. But Team Dignitas now on their bite. EYESports going to have the AWP on the site. Candy's going to miss that first shot. They pushed all the way up, but there's Neuroleptica to defend her teammate here. She does eventually fall to Rain, and reposition from Candy is perfect here, but she's not going to line up the shot. So much damage done, and Artstar's just going to line up 2 towards a door. It's all on Jen. Rotation up through the middle area. They know where she is as well. She's already gotten herself 1 kill on this rotation, and Team Dignitas, they may just have themselves a 6th round.
Yeah, if she can find Artstar, the remaining 2 players are very low HP. Artstar says no, gets herself a 3rd. And that's going to be Team Dignitas now taking the lead over on the T side. And I would like to see a pause come out at some point soon for EYESports. I mean, it's gotten to the point now where Team Dignitas have gotten 5 consecutively. And despite that strong start, when you think about the fact that 3 of these rounds come off of the fact that Dignitas had a very bad economy on those anti-ecos and winning the pistol, really they've only been able to get 2 rifle rounds. One of them was extremely close anyway. So it does look like Team Dignitas poised to try and continue this lead until at least EYESports can find it where their errors are occurring. And for the most part, it just looks to be like they're losing players far too early on, giving away that advantage. They can't hold B even. Now Nopka through the smoke, coming to get 1. No one's out of trade, so Cat does go down. That's an AK into the hands of Nopka, which I imagine we might see thrown over to Neuroleptica. This is... Oh, yeah, sorry. There you go, Hugo. You just run with this one.
Yeah, Dignitas going to rotate back in towards A, though. Goose Breeder finding the entry up towards middle, and they just go very, very fast. EYESports not prepared for this kind of aggression, and the lack of armor from Nopka with that saved AK going to be cooling her down as Rain takes a shot. Neuroleptica gives away a position on the flank. 2 players peeking out. Ailey does land 1 with a B250, so that's a small victory. But actually, what's happening, Harry? Neuroleptica lands another, and Jen support to the deal. It's all onto Emilite towards the back of the site here. Has an AK. Flashbang as well. Gonna jump up. Nice quick kill. That's a first player drop, but there's still Jen flanking back around the site. She jumps on the bomb. Emilite gonna see her. She gets the kill. Team Dignitas, they take 7 rounds on the board. Great T-side so far. EYESports, though, a lot of damage on that eco round, and they almost make it work, but still... It's going to be Team Dignitas to take the lead once again, and EYESports actually investing into this round. This could be dangerous. They haven't really got a full buy into this.
I mean, just look at Rain. Rain's doing some serious work right now. I mean, Kat as well, someone that we kind of look to normally be up there, but right now it's Rain pulling her weight in the team at least. And EYESports, they can buy on down once more. Going to be the double AWP set up in play. Now, Nopka and Candy going to be the 2 players picking these up. It's going to be interesting to see if they can make this work. And, well, 3 players over towards mid. You'd hope that one of these AWPs over towards the A site should be able to get some work down. Candy's here. Ailey's in the corner as well, so they're going to be trying to go for the bait and switch. If Candy can't get the frag, she'll fall back. Hopefully they try and rush her to get the woman advantage. God, still getting used to that. And then Ailey is there to try and reinforce, and when the flash comes out, Candy hiding in the corner, just waiting to see if they continue the aggression. That allows Ailey to peek out, and there we go. That was a textbook bait and switch to maintain the player advantage. There's Nopka over towards Long, putting in some work of her own with the AWP. 2 players left for Team Dignitas.
Yeah, a minute on the clock as well. They have a bit of utility to work with, a couple of smokes, but they need to hit those headshots. That's what they need to try and equalise the situation. Back into drop down they go. We've not seen too much success towards this avenue so far here for the Team Dignitas, especially not with a double play that we've seen from EYESports so prevalent. Neuroleptica to be sitting here with Jen supporting as well. So right now, Team Dignitas, they've got a lot of pressure on them. They have to hurry up and do something because as the time ticks away, so do their chances. Nice trade though. Goose Breeder does get the refrag after Emilite goes down, but still, it's not going to be enough because she has 4 players to face. Or post up for Nopka, going to miss the first shot. Goose Breeder, should she even be saving here? It's a really, really dire round. They have money to play with, but look, the flank's coming out. This could be huge. Ailey's pushed all the way up, and that will allow all of EYESports to sit in pretty towards the B side. They don't have to rotate for any reason now. But Goose Breeder pushing herself in, gets the 2nd kill so far of the round. She's got so much more to do, and Nopka going to disallow it as well. Gets the AWP shot right through the edge of the wall, and Goose Breeder falling. It's now going to be 6 rounds to EYESports. Yes, that is a great positive for the Russians to come back into this after a long loss streak. But again, Harry, we've got to look at the same issue that we've been seeing is the potential of reset.
Yeah, and it is very much looming right now for EYESports. Luckily enough, Ailey and Jen have got a little bit of money left. Neuroleptica as well, sitting on a little bit of money means that, you know, they could potentially go for a force into the last round of the half, which, you know, I mean like a decent force, you know, more than just the pistol armor that we usually see teams do if they do find themselves getting reset. So that is kind of a diamond amongst the turds, you could say, as Team Dignitas have got that one round advantage still. They're looking to try and reset the CT side economy, and EYESports, well, still adopting that double up setup, something they will not be able to afford hands down if they lose this. And now, Rain pushing out towards platform. No one going to be watching it. Instead, they're relying on Nopco's playing Fountain, just trying to maneuver around that, take and isolate these engagements into a series of one-on-ones. And while she does find that first, no one else go through the smoke as well to get a bit of damage out. Nopka's still alive on the site. She needs to watch her back. She scopes in at the wrong time, and Katowice to capitalize on that. She goes down. It's a 4-on-4 for the retake. Bomb's going to go down on site as no Electric can't quite deny it. And does find damage on the Cat, but she's going to run out of ammo, has to fall on back, and she's got to watch out. There's players coming in from all sides. The retake coming on in, but things are about to get a little bit hot and spicy for her as she falls now. Artstar to find 2 more in the blink of an eye. It's all on Candy with the orb, but you can't count her out just yet. She gets 2 quick frags, looking for the 3rd. What are you doing, Candy? She finally goes down. Oh, that would have been so good. I thought that was it. I thought that was the frag movie clip for you guys. I thought that was the frag movie clip. We get there, we arrive, you know, the train pulls in. I think this is it. This is the defining moment of this round, and no, I couldn't have been more wrong.
Nice flanker from Emily to go back into that drop down there after taking black control and pushing back. So it's good stuff so far from Team Dignitas. And EYESports now having to force things up as we go into the last round of the half. A 9-6 going to be looming over the guys over, or the girls over on the CT side, but still they've got a bit of potential. These pistols can be lethal. We know what they're like. The 5.7s having that one-shot headshot capability, what the rifles don't. And Team Dignitas yet to really play with this AWP on the T side. They've been very, very focused towards the AKs. Even in times where they have the economy for it, they just kind of stick with the rifles in the time being. So interesting to see that. Maybe we'll see a switch up as we go to the CT side, as we obviously have seen EYESports picking up that double AWP and Nopco and Candy quite prevalent. But either way, Dignitas, they are going to be putting a bit of pressure in towards B. There's Nopco playing close with that pistol. Rain can't find anything just yet though, and they are going to bring the bomb back towards the unstacked site. Only Candy in position towards A.
Yeah, they pop flash into one's connector. Now Jen can't find anything, and giving away connector control means this round could be well and truly done for already. Gooseberry able to find Ailey as well. In the blink of an eye, it's a 2-win advantage to make that 3, as it's now all on Nopka and Candy. Nopka on that quick rotate. No one's going to expect they're doing this. She did push up from platform. Same with Candy over towards long. They're in a good place to try and deny this plant, but can they do it in time? No, they can't. Candy's going to go down. Nopka going to get 1, nearly gets the 2nd, but Artstar says no to that and shuts that one down. That is going to be Team Dignitas picking up their 10th. So a 10-5 scoreline, Hugo.
9-6.
A 9-6. What am I on about? 9-6.
Yeah.
Close enough. 10-5, 9-6.
I mean, there's a lot to talk about that, right? Because obviously EYESports, they have a great start. They get those 4 rounds straight away. Then we see, Team Dignitas actually really bringing it back with some fire. A 9-6 scoreline on that T side that we were quite surprised that they picked, right? We looked at that and we went, oh, while it's good considering they had this recent roster shuffle and their CT side maybe quite weaker with the addition of Kath not being right into a role, still T side's a very risky one if you're not great on the map. But clearly Team Dignitas have done their preparation on Cobble. They seem to be doing very, very well. So a 9-6 definitely going to favour them as we head into the second half. But again, you've got to take into account now, if EYESports pick up that one key pistol round, we could just be seeing a 3-round streak for them and then straight away a 9-9, and then it's anyone's proving ground. Anyone can take that map. So we're going to head right into the pistol round, Harry. T side here for EYESports, fast in towards middle, and a solo player that is Gooseberry.
Yeah, and she's going to quickly let some sort of bird poultry pun instead. Rain going to have to fall on back in through double doors. It's going to give up the A site almost immediately over to EYESports. Bomb should go down, but Rain's pushed out through balcony. She is going to be here alone, but has potential to deny this. Finds that first, finds a second as well, and oh my god, Rain's going insane. That's going to be 3. She gets the triple. Bombs dropped on the site. And this is everything they needed and more. There's the 4th. Rain is just a monster. It's all on Ailey. The ace is well and truly in sight. And there's Rain. She's going to get it. What a way for Team Dignitas to kickstart their CT side.
Harry, you asked for a frag movie clip, and I don't think you could have been provided better. There we go, 10 rounds, and that's in style. Dignitas, what a brilliant way to pick up that pistol round. They can't be anything but happy with that one. And Rain, she's been doing phenomenally this map so far, but that is going above and beyond. 19 and 10 right now, and 5 of those kills being in 1 round. So now EYESports, no bomb down, no hopes, no dreams, just Tech 9s and a Deagle. They are going to be setting up for what I expect to be a bit of a fast B play. Very, very standard here on the second round after losing that pistol. But Team Dignitas, Harry, they're doing it again. It's the MP7 army, Elite and Gooseberry are going to be picking that up, but Kath going to go down straight away. Candy's open things up, and that's going to give away the drop-down control. They could actually split in towards A through connector here, as we saw Gooseberry and Co do in the previous round of the last half. Now EYESports, they are going to be potentially having an avenue into this round.
Yeah, and it was the UMP to die first. The MP7's still alive, Hugo. I think there's something to this, you know. But yeah, Kandi's going to have that UMP to play around with. Probably thinks it's disgusting. Probably wishes it was an MP7.
Oh, so
nearly spots R-Star over the top of that. I'm going to whisper like some casters do.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Kennedy.
nearly spots that one.
But yeah, no, they're doing exactly what I thought.
Like you say, sorry, Hugo, yeah. Yeah, they're going to just keep Kandi over here towards the connector. And having her here is so incredibly strong, right? Denies that rotate off a B, sells a fake at the same time. It basically kills 2 birds with 1 stone. I mean, Artstar's here, but that's because she has to watch it. And her falling, that means that now Kandi has a lot of control over this rotate, can completely cut things off. It is all going to be on Emulate to try and hold down this A site. The MP7 in hand, the trusty weapon. Finds the first, going to be able to get a second, potentially. Does tag her down low, but it's going to get caught running out of ammo. Leaving it a 2-on-3, but she's tagged so many players down low. It's all on Jen and Nopka. They've got 30 HP between them, but the bomb is going to go down.
Yeah, 2v2 per spot here. Goose Breeder with a great flank position, and with obviously the low HP on Nopka over towards long. Or Jen, sorry, this could be a really key entry here. Only going to need a few bullets and she'll land all of them. Takes down Jen. Now just Nopka on the site. Tech 9 in hand. 8 HP in a dream. As Goose Breeder, she closes up on her position. Rain as well. Going to spot her out, but Goose Breeder does the damage. Going to not only pick up the round, but a good amount of cash, a sizable amount to put in her pocket there for the next round. Team Dignitas going to take themselves to 11 here. Thought she was lagging out there, but no, she gets the defuse in time. So good stuff for Team Dignitas. Yes, they lose 3 weapons, but they still save the 2 rifles of the team, so that's very important here for the CT side. EYESports, obviously, bomb down is going to be positive, but they invested far more into that previous round than they got out of it. So now they're going to be left on, once again, another eco. Only 1 more, and then they'll be able to go for a full-on buy here. And obviously, Team Dignitas, they are going to be definitely well-equipped to deal with this. We can actually see Emily's gone for that P90, Harry. It's back in. The spicy weapon, indeed. She's been...
Yeah, I see her pick that up a lot, actually. I mean, it's almost like her go-to.
MP7s and P90s.
MP7 and P90s. And, I mean, somehow they make it work. Let's see. The nades coming in early on, and the artillery going to be doing a lot of damage here. Kandi's already tagged down low as she limps up towards drop down to try and peek on everything. There's a little bit of a gap in that smoke that they could have tried to exploit, but instead, Kath over towards long, able to deal with Ailey dispatching of her. That's an early woman advantage secured now for Team Dignitas, as Kath doesn't look to fall back just yet. As well as that, I mean, look at this hold over towards A long, right? If they decide to go aggressive, now Leptica could get caught off guard. Jen's there as well, and right now, EYESports looking to just be very sporadic, very spread out, and not many good opportunities to try and trade this.
These Galils are really, really difficult to get picks with as well, because with an AK, you can just get that 1 shot off, but with Galils, you need to hit a couple of bullets in a row. And either way, they need to exploit somewhere, and somewhere soon. Utility is still plentiful for Team Dignitas. They are just going to be biding their time here. No reason to peek, and I like the fact that they've given up the drop-down control after the pick. They got that kill onto Ailey, and they just completely gave up control. Play a far more passive drop-down, and, you know, while EYESports can get into that, they've got to make the sound cues, and then Team Dignitas is going to know exactly what's up, a likely A split. But either way, push up towards middle. It's going to be the P90 now for Emily. Nice couple of quick kills. They're going to go in for more. Nopka's down and out, and now she only needs 1 more. Coming from behind is Kandi. She almost reached her teammate, but it's Kandi to take the kill. Artstar as well playing close, but Kandi's not going to be able to connect the spray. It's Team Dignitas now, 12-6. They double down on the score of EYESports. And now, after a bit of an unnecessary force buy, I guess we could say, from the T side, now they've really got no money. Now it's another eco, Harry. Surely they can't buy up again.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure as to why that previous force came into fruition. It's ultimately meant that now they don't have money again into round number 4, and it's a round they could have had rifles in, but I mean, maybe they can make something happen with what they do have. The only issue is we see them accomplish relatively little whenever they've had a fair bit.
And another thing to talk about as well is the economy, obviously, of EYESports. They've been so keen on those AWPs. Kandi and Nopka both picking them up on the CT side. Kandi does a massive round, so actually seeing them save far more would make a lot more sense, right? They want to get those AWPs in play ASAP. And you know, going for 3 force buys in a row or 2 force buys in a row, I don't think I agree with it. It's really coming back to haunt them, and they've got to give up another round to Team Dignitas before they can even dom those AWPs.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as a result of losing this one, I mean, I would say when it does happen, it's going to be 6-13. Team Dignitas has 2 rounds away at that point from rounding this out. And already on the flank, it's Emulate. She's going to get 2 more. Looking for another triple kill, and there it is. The oh baby, a triple from Emulate. That P90, the mighty roar of the P90 can be heard throughout the map, and it just sends shivers down your spine, especially when Emulate's on the other side of it. She makes that gun work. I mean, you know, I mean, pros don't really use it,
no,
but
Get Right's the only person kind of famously uses it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, maybe the new Get Right, Emulate. Get Emulate.
Could definitely be. No, just don't. Just don't even try.
Anyway, 6-13.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, EYESports, with a bye this time, their hopes and dreams to try and carry them through. Currently, they're going to be sitting 7 rounds behind Team Dignitas.
Yeah, no open play as well, which is an issue. They didn't quite have the economy to get into that one. I mean, they could have got a glass cannon, but that is a risk in and of itself. So we're going to be seeing how they can make this one work. We already see some aggression from Team Dignitas. A real lack of control here from the T side has allowed Team Dignitas to push Goose Breeder all the way up, and she's actually got the support from Rain as well with a rifle. So this is a really good double play. Goose Breeder eventually backing off, but now Candy's got to be a bit scared of this close angle. The smoke going down. Oh, this is good, but no, Goose Breeder. She sprays her through the smoke. That's massive. Candy had a great position there, but she's actually going to go down. And now these two players are looking to split in towards drop down, but they're going to be heard on the drop. Ailey makes her way in there. Still, EYESports just look like they don't know what they're doing right now. They're eventually going to start to rotate these players back in towards B, just working off of the control they have towards drop down, but they're down on a player. Utility is still very prevalent, but the time is starting to tick away. So Neuroleptica are going to be joining her squad over towards the tunnels as they start to make their way down B long. This could be, once again, you know, another round where EYESports really are losing out on the time.
Yeah, Ailey able to get one. Now the push coming on in. Goose Breeder has to hold this side down. Going to get one, but then not able to trade. Ailey does fall at the hands of Kath, leaving it in a 2v3, but Nocka's on 1 HP. A flashbang hitting her in the kneecap is enough to take her down as the flashes and smokes come raining on in. It's going to hit its mark. Kath only has to find the player on platform as Neuroleptica going to be the last player to live, but she gets 2 in rapid succession. Emily on the P90 can't make it happen, and there's the 3K. That is going to be EYESports picking up their 7th. And about time as well. I mean, they lose 4 consecutively. Finally, they have some rebuttal to what Team Dignitas have been putting on the table. But still, I mean, you can't really put that down to much more than a fantastic individual play from Neuroleptica.
Yeah, great stuff. Going to get the 3K clutch. And now Team Dignitas obviously still able to buy here on the CT side. They have plenty of cash, as you said. The 4-round streak going to give them a little bit to work with. So EYESports have definitely still got an issue on their hands. And again, we just wrap back around to the same issue. A reset is looming over the heads of the Russian side. Team Dignitas are going to be very well equipped to deal with this one. Emi Elite back on that P90. Rest of them on the rifles as well. I like this booster going on. We're going to see Ailey just spotting out for some aggression here from the CT side. Kath does get herself in position. Oh, she's actually going to spot out. This is a good smoke. She can actually see anyone here, right except for Ailey, who's going to drop down expecting nothing, but here we go. She's going to walk right into the crosshairs. Kath still in position, gets herself the kill. Ailey goes down. Nice opener now for Team Dignitas, but EYESports, they will have a bit of rebuttal. They've actually pushed 3 players up towards long, Harry, and this could be really, really scary because Team Dignitas, they haven't had yet a footstep. And while the P90 is playing close, if they utilize a flashbang to get in here, this could be great. Molly goes in. Emily playing close, sprays away. Neuroleptica gets the kill without a flash. That's a nice opener. A 4-on-4 in play, and Dignitas hot on their heels to back in towards the A side.
Yeah, Arstar going to find one, runs out of ammo, and then Jen capitalizing on that does find the refrag, but she runs into the fire and flame. She's going to learn quickly that they are extremely hot. Going to go down because, you know, walking in fire is just a bad idea.
Yeah.
How hot is fire?
Very.
Yeah. There we go. Quality. You heard it here first. But that is going to be a 7-14 scoreline. Team Dignitas going to be picking up a 14th, 1 round away from match point.
And a reset as well. So now look at the money of this T side.
EYESports have nothing.
Yeah. They're just going with eco, right? They're allowing Team Dignitas to pick up the 15 rounds, and they're just playing off the back of that, trying to play for overtime right now, and I can barely blame them. They just have no money. A bit of utility, and that is going to be used early on to get them towards the plateau here. Push coming out. Rain is going to be playing close as well. Lots of damage already done by a teammate, but Rain's going to pick up the pieces. 3 quick kills for her. It's only anti-eco, but you've got to be happy with that. 4 kills, repeating the process that she had in the pistol round there almost, and Team Dignitas are going to be up to 15, as we expected, but at least EYESports had a little bit more cash to work with. No bomb down, so that's going to slightly hinder their process in getting a buy up into this round, but they're still going to have something to play with. They can have some SMGs, they can maybe have some Galils in here, and as we see the bite, you can see at least what they're going to be showing up against Team Dignitas. Not too bad.
Yeah, they're going to have a little bit to try and play around, but Ailey's going to be on the Deagle. They've got the Galil on Jen, a kind of personal favourite of EYESports. They're a huge fan of the Galil. It doesn't really work, but they are a fan of buying it. You know, I mean, I'm a fan of buying sports equipment. I never use the damn thing. I never even go outside, but, you know, I own a lot. So, anyway, EYESports making their way in through mid. Slowly but surely trying to push on through now. Emily, it's over towards long. She's got the P90. She does fall on back, and timing might be on her side, because little does she know it. She's about to be overwhelmed by EYESports down to the right. Please. Oh, no, she looks away. What's going on? It's like they know and don't know all at the same time. just slowly but surely sneaking around. Now as she peeks out through mid, she's about to discover what lurks on the other side. Gets caught trying to jump one over, still re-peeks, and it's going to fall as a result. Nopka finds Artstar as well. That A site just going to crumble around them here. And well, 2-woman advantage secured for EYESports. Bomb looking like it's going to be going down any second now. It's Kath on the rotate to be guillotine there, and that's the flank completely eliminated. Rain and Goose Breeder, the 2 players tasked with trying to retake this A site. 2v5. Make that a 2v4.
Yeah, not going to be a realistic round. I think they should just go straight into saving this one, despite them having a bit of money to play with and them, you know, having the potential to go in for this one. It's probably just safer to hold on to the guns. Exit frags is going to make sense, though, obviously, because they can take some weapons off of the side of EYESports. The money is not going to be really good on this T side, so it's going to still be difficult to buy. Obviously, if you look at the fact of the matter is these players spent all their money in this one, right? So say they lose out on the rifles, they only have 3250 from that win. So they're really not going to have enough to go for those AKs and armor. And Goose Breeder is doing exactly what she needs to do, denying 2 more. She does eventually fall to the bomb, but that is 2 rifles taken out of the hands of EYESports. So that's actually pretty damaging. Now look at the buy. The money is still going to be fairly weak. They can get the AKs in, but the utility is going to be fairly limited. So that is something very important done by Goose Breeder. So Team Dignitas, it doesn't matter that they lose out on that round because they do so much damage. They can still invest into this one and still shut it down 16-8.
Yeah, I mean, another way of looking at it, all it takes is them to do a boatload more damage like they have been doing, and the economy of EYESports is just going to be down throughout the ending of this. I mean, Team Dignitas going to be in a way that next round they will have to be on an eco if they do end up losing it. But anyway, kickstarting this is going to be Candy over towards Long. Now, Goose Breeder's out over by Platt. There is a slight gap in that smoke, and if either one of them try and go for the peak, Candy's already posted on up, just walking past the crosshair. It's going to... Oh, can't do that. That's nice. That was good. That was a nice touch. I mean, maybe one of those bullets would have just ricocheted off something and taken down Goose Breeder, but no, not the case. Instead, Ailey's going to be tagged down low off the bat. 42 HP left on her, and it looks like they're going to repeat this A strategy. It worked out well for them last time, but this time Artstar's been boosted on up. Flash comes out, and now Electrica's going to go down. No one to trade from Long, and that is so crucial to have someone there to try and get that. If someone is playing the boosted position instead, that's the... advantage given the way of Team Dignitas, and they're a team that you cannot hand that advantage. They're going to take that and run with it now.
You give them an inch, they'll take a mile, right? This is the worst round for that to happen. If you could
give them 32 inches, they'll take it to 20.
They'll take a monitor, but
it is going to be 8 to 15 right now, as EYESports going to be trying to push that towards Long. Artstar shuts that down. Emulate, meanwhile, going to be able to find Alien. Now it's all on Candy, 1v5, AK in hand. Got a single bit of utility to try and play around with. Peeking out towards A, bombs out in the open, finds that first frag, so she's not ready to give up just yet, but Emulate shuts down any ray of hope, and that is going to be them taking that. So there you go, Hugo.
Yes.
How did you find that experience?
Well, you got
first cast of the day.
I know, bit shaky from EYESports. They are eliminated from the tournament, which is a bit of a shame. Obviously, losing 2 best of ones and being gone, but that's the process you have to deal with here. So unfortunate, but the Russians are removed from the event so far. We'll be escorting them out of the building in just a few minutes, but obviously joking. Of course, Dignitas, they are going to make it to the the decider matchup up against Vexed in a few moments' time. That is going to be a huge match as well, especially after seeing, you know, the way that Vexed actually took away the match against them earlier. Now seeing them have a bit of, you know, fight back, it's going to be interesting to see how that one goes.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the rematch going head-to-head, the grudge match between Team Dignitas and Vex to decide who joins Team Secret in the semi-finals tomorrow. And then after that, we've still got Group B matches, so this is just it for Group A almost. I mean, we've got 1 game left for that to, you know, decide who heads through, and then we've got even more. So, I mean, there's a lot more CS action still to come. Out of that one, what more can you really say? That Dignitas, they looked to be on the ball, didn't they? I mean, EYESports, they were struggling, just running into the same sort of resistance again and again, and they just couldn't. Yeah,
I mean, you got to give it to Dignitas, right? Really different performances to we saw earlier. So I'm happy to see that from them. But let's just take a look at the bracket then and try and work out, you know, what's going to be happening.
We saw it very quickly. Yeah. And for those of you who were keen enough to look, here it is again. So we just saw Team Dignitas beat out EYESports 16-8. And that means they're going to be heading into the decider game, Vexed versus Team Dignitas, to decide who joins Team Secret in the qualified teams from Group A. Yeah, and of course, for those who didn't watch earlier, Team Secret done very well so far, 16-1, 16-7, some dominant performances, as we would expect from the previous victors of the 2 Intel challenges. So coming into this event again, you know, they were a clear fire team to get out of group. So going into this one, we expected Dignitas before the event to be, you know, clean out of group 2nd place, but
Obviously, I feel like up against Vex, there's actually a real potential. We could be seeing the kind of underdogs of the whole group make their way into the playoffs. And I think it's a really, really good potential, especially with the best-of-1 format here for the decider match. Opinions? What are you thinking, Vex? Good chance, or is Dignitas going to have a
I think based on what we
retribution?
just saw, you know, we saw Dignitas looking a much better team than they did this morning. They took EYESports and quite frankly, they mopped the floor with them. I mean, it was a very dominating performance from almost beginning to end, I would say. Coming into their game up against Vex, I think the confidence they're going to have is going to help them immensely based on how they just performed. A few players, you know, really going huge. I mean, Rain especially, just being someone that, you know, you could look to really kind of lay the hurt down, was playing phenomenally well. So, you know, I'm interested to see how that does pan out. But I think I'm going to put it's kind of, it's awkward,
a hard
right?
one, right? Because you don't know if they won that match because EYESports were a level or low, right?
I think I want Vex to do it, so I'm going to go with Vex because I like the idea of the underdog because I'm British.
Yeah. We like an underdog because we have no successful teams ourselves. And I'm going to have to go with you as well. I'm feeling the Vex grind as well. The performance from them earlier was very, very impressive. And I still feel like we come down to a best-of-1 again. There's a good chance I could take it. But that is all going to be for you guys in just a few minutes. I will be bringing you that matchup with Tom, obviously another best-of-1 format to see who's going to be joining Team Secret to get out of Group A. We'll be going for a short break before then, so we'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Counter-Strike is sharing incredible moments with us and will return to a memorable place. Get your tickets now at proleague.com/Dallas.
I've been in the game industry now for over 25 years. I'm aging myself, but yeah, I did start as an intern, so it's been 25 years. My name is Corey Rosemond. I am Global Business Development Director for Plantronics, where I'm responsible for business and strategy for our gaming team, as well as our esports and VR efforts. What got me into gaming was interning at Microsoft, a company called id, making this game called Doom. Needed some help to get their game to work on a non-DOS-based system. It was really a long time ago, but the bug stuck. Now I'm over at Plantronics working really to innovate headsets for gamers worldwide. The human aspect of gaming is a bigger component than it ever was before, especially with esports, and especially as this becomes more mainstream and it's truly broadcast to a more global community. Everyone within the ecosystem should want to work together to make the product just overall more enjoyable. When I look at gaming today, it's not just about the product or service, it's about the people you interact with for those. Being a minority, and more specifically a person of color, early on within the industry, it was really challenging to break the ice and just to get to know people. That was a bigger case 10 years ago than it is now. There can be challenges out there. You face the challenges head on, you tackle them, move on, and become a better and bigger person from it. What I love the most about gaming and how it really is more than just my career, it's my passion and what I do in my spare time, multiplayer gaming. Just the magic of playing with others and the communities that can form. And what I really want is to get to the point where esports is going to be like the corporate softball or bowling league that just people just do. Esports really has brought me together with people traditionally I never would have met in any other circumstances. That's the true power of diversity, and I've had very good people from various races, ethnicities, sexual orientation, religious belief, what have you, you name it. I've had people that really helped me along the way, have really been supportive, have really been sounding boards, and have helped me move and mature and grow myself and help others and pass that on. Love for people and to work with people is what gets me up every day.